Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. On a dining table, what is important? Is the food that is important, or the dining table is important, or the cutlery is important, or the food is important? In the same manner, whatever spiritual practice we do, in that spiritual practice, to what we give importance to. Initially it happens with everyone and it is a natural course. Initially when one thinks about walking spiritual path, one starts thinking, I should not put on colorful clothes, simple clothes, right? I should not put on normal slippers, I should put on wooden slippers. Then people go to the hotels, I should not go to hotel. I must remove all the gold, no gold. Then I must have the mala. Then start searching for the mala. What is happening? Spirituality. And then the doubts and questions start coming. Which mala is better? Rudraksha mala. But should we get it done in gold or silver or thread? Which mala is better? So this becomes the only concern about spiritual practice. And then we get assorted in different groups. My group versus your group. And when the groups are formed within the group, I am more closer to the Mahatma than others. See? So the samsari people, they go and buy half a kilogram of lady's finger. And the Babajis like me, they go and buy half a truckload of Jane's finger. Jane's finger are carrots. Samsara continues. Therefore, the real spiritual practice depends on what we give importance to. We must be aware. So, out of these three aspects of our life, the world that we are experiencing and the experiences that we are going through and the experiencer that is going through the experiences. So initially we give importance to the world. So externalities become the major plank of our spiritual practice. And when we rise above that, then we come to the then we start instead of going to the hotels and here and there, we start going to yoga. There was one yesterday only I received one WhatsApp. Swamiji, my son is in Belgium. No, my son's friend is in Belgium. He has recently gone there and he is alone. If you have some contact, please share. Because he's alone, language is different. How to help him, I don't know. I said, I don't know, I have not gone to Belgium, but I can tell you, suggest you. Ask him to search for the advertisement on yoga. And then you go to that. And slowly you will get introduced to the people. And when they will know you are from India, you will be put on a sanctum sanctorum pedestal. So initially we get into yoga, and yoga means what? The accessories. Then the asanas, then the pranayama, then the health, then the longevity. Initial stages, like we go through education, KG1, KG2, primary, middle school, same thing. And nothing is wrong. Everything is necessary. You can't directly jump into college, you have to go through. But what is the principle we have to understand? These are the steps. We have to step on, go ahead. Don't sit over there. See? So after that is done, then we become disciplined. We get up at the right time, our body is fit. Madhya Pradesh is not bulging out, it has gone inside. See? It is necessary that we have to keep our body fit, man. We have to keep it. Thereafter, we get involved in the third step. We have done sufficient damage to ourselves and to our family. Now we want to destroy the society. So we get into the social work. And what is the social work? Social work is, if I am a teetotaler, my social work will be, nobody should drink anything except tea. If I am a non-smoker, nobody should smoke. If I am a student of Gita, everybody should study Gita. What is social work? If I am a vegetarian, everybody should be vegetarian. So, we try to impose our ideas, views on the society under disguise of social work. And there also, after some time, we get kicks. And those kicks need not be very big, depending upon how sensitive you are. See, like Tulsidas Ji Maharaj was scolded by his wife. You know the life story of Tulsidas Ji. He was born and his mother died, and he was taken care of by some Swami in an ashram. He never had any contact with a woman, mother, sister, grandmother, auntie, nobody. And he studied there very well. And when he was doing pravachan, one of the persons saw that this boy is good for my daughter and got engaged and got married. Now that was the first time Tulsidas Ji became so close to a feminine body. Then he was never ready to leave her even one moment. So one day when he came from the lecture, he saw she is not at home. It was raining heavily. She had gone to her parents' place because it was raining, she could not come. But he could not take it. Then, like a Hindi cinema movie hero, he crossed the river by climbing the floating dead body and then climbed the tree, and from above jumped from the tree in that room where his wife was. सात समंदर पार करके आया हूँ. Hindi cinema. That time, his wife told, "Are you not ashamed for this filthy body? bones, muscles, skin, and all contents are disgusting. For this body you are so mad. If you become that much mad for Rama, he will reveal to you. Now, how many wives must have said this thing to how many husbands? And how many have become Tulsidas? And how many have become Devdas? See, friends, how sensitive we are in life. This is how I learned. When we were going somewhere, my friend told me, Swamiji, see that taxi wala, his door is open. Probably he is not aware. I'll make the car parallel. You tell him. I am Swami for the name's sake. I have to obey everybody's orders. Nobody listens to me. No, Swami, we listen to you. Okay, you are Brahman. So he took the car parallel and I down the window and told him, hey Mahatmaji, down your door is open, close it. He looked at it. Mind your business. Who asked you? When he said like that, my friend got angry. He said, see how he used a very bad word, how useless that fellow is. I said, hey, don't scold my guru. He is my guru. He taught me, don't get involved in anybody's life unless invited. We get involved in our children's lives, in our friends' life, anybody's life. Don't get involved. We have sufficiently destroyed our life. Let them destroy their life. Why you should help them? So, from the individual life, we come to the social work. And from social work also, we get little bit of withdrawal. And what is the withdrawal? Then we want to get spiritual social work. Then we join some ashrams. You go to any ashram in the whole world, it is an asylum. Spellings are almost same. Ashram, asylum. Those who were not wanted in their own houses, family, they go and join there, and then they become the trustees, president, secretary, and in charge of the temple, managing the temple. And when, for example, Shivratri, a lot of people come for devotion, offering prayers. It's a big queue, and he is the secretary. He has to do something, seva. So he pushes the devotee, what? And he doesn't hesitate even to tell Shiva, jaldi karo. See, friends, this is how we remain in the samsara. If we have done karma, mind should be free from any obsessions. Then it is a spiritual practice. If we are doing upasana, and if this upasana leads to inquiry, who is God? Who am I? What is this world? What is the meaning of spiritual practice? If this inquiry doesn't kindle, then our whole life will keep only on hitting the thing, Hare Ram, Ram. Nothing is going to happen. It's a mechanical. See? So, what importance we have given to? When we have thus grown step by step, leading every practice intelligently, And that practice which brings us back to ourselves is spiritual practice. That practice which takes us away from ourselves is a samsara. And if we are nearer to ourselves, we are at peace. If we are away from ourselves, we are in circles. You must have sometime gone and enjoyed the giant wheel. And if the giant wheel is moving fast, then there is a fun. The worst giant wheel I have seen is in Singapore. You sit there and you don't feel also that it is moving. It is so slow. The very fun is gone. Right? So when you are sitting in that giant wheel and if it moves fast, impact on ourselves. But as you migrate towards the hub, the center, you remain quiet. Exactly the same way. When we are away from ourselves, possessions, relations, society, good, bad, remaining away from ourselves. Come back to yourself. No possessions, no relations, no society. You are at peace with yourself. If this is happening by whatever way, Sureshwaracharya writes in his Vartik, Yaya Yaya Bhavet Pumsam Pravrutti Pratyagatmani. By whatever, if we become self-oriented and do not remain selfish, that is the right kind of spiritual practice for that person. The idea is, are we becoming self-oriented or not? That is important. And therefore, here we have seen all the limbs of yoga that we have seen. That what is the meaning of dhyana? What is the meaning of samadhi? See? So, nirvikarataya vritya brahmakarataya punaha vritti vismaranam samyak samadhi abhidhiyate. The thought-free experience is samadhi, not thoughtless experience. Thoughtless experience is for the stones and bricks. Thought-free experience is for the living beings. For example, if we are standing in front of the mirror and there is a reflection, just imagine for the sake of imagination, and if the reflection starts talking, what will be that condition? That is called as reaction by the mind. That is what is called as the thought influence mind. But if we come across in the world is perceived very clearly through the five sense organs, through the mind, through the intellect, and yet the world does not influence us. Meaning, there is perception, but there is no projection or repercussions. That is what is called a samadhi. And what is that state? That state is our own being. Like, to give an example, space is always in samadhi. How the space is in samadhi? Space supports all the four elements, but does not get influenced by any element. Number one. Space has no biasness of favor or no favor regards any element. Space doesn't reject anything. At the same time, space doesn't retain anything. It's not something great I am telling you. Your own experience we are translating. So many waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi experiences have come and gone. Till date, the Chidakasha is ever the same. With the addition of weight in the body, the consciousness doesn't become heavy. With addition of more solar systems, the space doesn't bend. Every day the experience we can get this in our life if we become aware. Like if in an aquarium there are 4 or 5 fish and then you add another 5. Will it be a burden for the water? Will it be a load for the water? No. If you take out all of them, will it be a loss for the water? No. Will the water ever reject any particular fish? No. See? Because rule is support is not influenced by supported. Vision is not influenced by colors and forms. Mind is not influenced by the thoughts. If this we understand and know, then will we struggle chitta vritti nirodha? Let the thoughts come, who cares? Once I was in Ernakulam, many years before. I was extremely tired. And Atmaji was there. I went, I said, hey, give me something to eat, I am very hungry. And he knew I like rava dosha. So he had kept ready. I ate nicely and slept like a wooden log. Then in between, somebody came, Swamiji, excuse me for disturbing your sleep. We want to put on the board that you are going to talk, but what subject we don't know. Please tell what subject. Yeah, who cares? Don't disturb me. And again I slept. He wrote the subject. Swami Hanumananda will talk on who cares. And afterwards I got up, finished my bath, had my nice tea, coffee, everything, and the audience was there. And then after when I sat there, then I said, yes, what is the subject? Somebody, you only told. I said, what? I didn't tell anything. I was sleeping. He said, no, you told. See, it is written there. Then I saw. Somebody is talking on who cares. So, who cares? Who cares principle is so simple. Don't struggle with witnessing consciousness, complicated things. See? This is the thing the space has. Whether there is air or no air, who cares? Whether there is fire or no fire, who cares? See? If it is ocean, do you think the water cares? If it is a gutter, do you think the water cares? If it is a Ganga Jal, no problem. This who cares principle is the best one. This remaining indifferent in life is one of the biggest spiritual practice. And thus when we remain indifferent to that and yet we live in this world, that is called as samadhi. Therefore, nirvikarataya vrittya brahmakarataya punaha. Nirvikarataya vrittya means what? Now, although we are in this world, know the world normally. It is not like that. When you are in samadhi, you don't understand anything. You wanted to go out and dash against the wall. What happened? Samadhi may? No. That is not the meaning. Nirvikarataya. Everything is perceived, but there are no reactions and projection. And vritti vismaranam samyak. And thereafter, vritti vismaranam, even the thought, Aham Brahmasmi, even that also is dropped. This is medicine. Because the bottle looks 1/4. Samyak samadhi abhidhiyate. So here, what we have done, it is the same practice of yoga. But now our attention is shifted from the objective to the experience to the subject, who is going through the experiences without becoming an experiencer. See? Experience without experiencer is the truth. Knowledge without the knower is the truth. Action without the doer is the truth. Therefore, those actions where there is no doer, no karma phala is created. If you eat rice on Ekadashi, you are done a sin, you go to hell. But after you have taken the food, and if you have got a constipation, is it a sin or a merit? Because in digesting the food, there is no sense of doership that I am digesting the food. No. See, my friends. Similarly, knowledge without the knower. If the knowledge is without the knower, there cannot be arrogance of knowledge. There is no panditya. There is no erudition. There is no scholarship. Tulsidas says, Jnana man jahu ek hunai. The real knowledge is that where there are no limitations of any kind. What are the limitations in the knowledge? Limitations in the knowledge are the division between the knower and the known. When the division in the knowledge disappears, that immaculate, pure, undivided knowledge is the truth. Ivam chakritrimanandam tavat sadhu samabhyase lakshe yavet kshanan pumsaha pratyaktvam sambhavet swayam. And as a result of, continue this on a regular basis 24/7. Therefore I told you, never think that meditation is done for a particular time. This principle I have been repeating again and again. Like we live in waking and do the things, we live in dream, do the things, we are in deep sleep and then snore. Exactly the same way, we have to live in meditation and then conduct the business of life. It is not we are doing meditation, no. So when we start living in meditation, then when you are living in meditation, then your waking experience is dukkeshu anudvignamanaha, sukheshu vigataspruha, vitaragamaya krodha, titadi muni uchate. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmannevatmana dushtaha chita prajnastadochate. This will start happening. Similarly, dreams, they will not become a big issue for us. Good dreams, bad dreams, they come and go. Therefore, after this is continued on a regular basis, 24/7, when life is going through, and in this passage of our life, whatever is necessary for our evolution, all that will be provided free of charge. This is included in the spiritual warranty provided. And then tataha sadhan vinirmuktaha siddho bhavati yogiraj. Thereafter, the yogi is free from all the efforts. Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihina yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati 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 eva bhaj govindam bhaj govindam. Therefore, we should never practice our spiritual practice by looking at the Mahatmas. We must know, in Hindi there is a word, apni awqat pehchano. Know where you are. Just don't try to do what others are doing. On the contrary, spiritual practice is 100% device oriented. Like our WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not number oriented, but it is device oriented. Number is required only for identification of the device. Once the identification is confirmed, then that WhatsApp functions on the device. Therefore, even if you are off the line, you are on your what you call aeroplane mode, but you are on Wi-Fi. You can still operate on WhatsApp because WhatsApp is on device, not on the SIM number. Exactly the same way, the great masters, they are at a different level or whatever you call. We should not look at them and, oh, he is eating non-vegetarian. One person asked, Swami Vivekananda was smoking also and taking non-vegetarian also. But in between what he was doing, are you doing that? No, I will do slowly, whatever I can. See? So, Samadho kriyamani tu vignani yanti vai balat anusandhana rahityam alasyam bhogalalasam. Tamas laya tamascha vikshepa teja svedascha shunyata evam hi vigna bahulyam tyajyam brahma visharadaihi. Brahma visharadaihi, those who are seeking the truth through knowledge, when they are practicing this samadhi, you will see samadhi practice for those who are giving importance to the matter, those who are giving importance to the experiences, and those who are giving importance to the self. There are three different types of samadhis. Those who are giving importance to the matter, there is one event which happened. There was a great yogi, Changdev Maharaj, and he was born 700 years before Christ and lived for 1400 years. That time Santa Ganeshwar was in one small town in Maharashtra, and he heard the glory of Ganeshwar. So he wanted to write him a letter. So he wrote a letter. The moment he started writing, he had a doubt. What should I write? Should I write like you write to a child, Chiranjeev? Or should I write respected? But he is hardly 15, 16, 17 years old, and I am 1400 years old. How can I write him respectfully? I don't know what I should do. Anyway, I sent blank paper. So he sent a letter, a blank paper, kora kagaj. And when that paper came, on that Santa Ganeshwar wrote him the Tattvamasi Mahavakyopadesh in 65 couplets. That is called as the Changdev Pasashti. Very deep text. So, when that paper came to Changdev Maharaj, he was so thrilled and touched. Then he wanted to go and meet him. So all his disciples, Maharaj, you are just going to a small boy. You are a yogi, 1400 years. Nobody has lived. You must go with your status. So he rode on a tiger, took the snake as a controlling hunter in his hand, all the wild animals walking along with him, his disciples, and all of them going. Yogi, everything he can control. And that time, these four brothers and sisters, they were sitting on a wall, morning time, and doing the brush. So when they were told such and such person is coming to meet you, they say, oh, we must go ahead, and he is elder than us, we must receive him respectfully. Because they were small. So they made the wall walk. He was controlling the living animals, he made the wall walk. And when the Changdev Maharaj saw that, he got down and came at the feet of Santa Ganeshwar. Ganeshwar was a great yogi, no doubt about it. Yogeshwara was. And he said, no, please instruct me. Please take me as your disciple. He said, no, I can't be your guru. Go to my sister. That time his sister was 14 years old. 1-4. And Changdev Maharaj was 1400 years old. And then Changdev Maharaj was instructed by that small girl. You know, like the girls here in South India, they put on that kind of dress. What do you call, I don't know, that long one, open type, and one simple above. So she was putting that. And they were staying in a thatch hut. No big bungalow, no nothing, poor. So he used to come to her kutia and take instructions and learn. One day when he came, she was taking bath. She had removed all her clothes, naked, and she was taking bath. The moment he came, he saw her, Krishna, 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 and he closed his eyes and went away. So she laughed hilariously. So he said, Mother, why did you laugh hilariously? He said, when you see a cow without clothes, do you feel bad? When you see a goat without clothes, do you feel bad? Why are you feeling bad when you are looking at me without clothes? Then she told him, your body identification is still intact. You have to go miles to go before I reach, miles to go before I reach. See? How important it is. But we are so caught up in this physical world. Therefore, samadhau kriyamane tu vignani yanti vaibala. When we are practicing this, there are many obstacles come. And one of the obstacles is anusandhana rahitya, second is alasya, third is bhogalalasam, fourth is laya, fifth is tama, sixth is vikshepa, seventh is teja, eighth is sveda, ninth is shunyata, evambi vignavahulyam, and the long list. Therefore, one has to again and again work on this. That are we too obsessed in body, body, body? And these are two simple principles. From the symptoms, we reach the cause. From the effects, we reach the cause. So we see a child. We don't look him as a child. He is an effect. Then we ask, hey, whose son you are? So from the effect, we go to the cause. If we simply look at the child as a child and forget about it, world is not created. See? This cause and effect is a catch. And we get lost in that. Therefore, there are many obstacles which come on the path of meditation according to this path of knowledge or inquiry. The first is Anusandhana Rahitya. Anusandhana Rahitya is what? One gets lost only in erudition and scholarship. Both these things are equally important. Like for a bird to take a glide into the sky, both wings must be perfectly balanced. If one wing is very weak, another is sufficiently strong, then that bird will wriggle around there only, he can't fly. In the same manner, only talking Vedanta, they are called as lipstick Vedanti. Lipstick Vedanti means the Vedanta is sticking to their lips. It has not gone inside. Lipstick Vedanta. So one wing is very strong. The other wing is yoga, practice. See? By the word yoga means, yoga is a means. By means of a car, I came here. So kara yogena aham agacchami. I have come with the help of a car, yoga. See? Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, the Vaihi. The Upanishad says. Yoga means. It is not the goal. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrum karane. We have to have a clarity of discrimination between means and the goal. Dukrum karane is a language. Language is meant for communication of thoughts. It doesn't matter in what language you talk. What matters is what you talk. But we get obsessed. Bengalis will say there is no better language than Bangla. Tamilians will say Tamil is the first language on the planet. Gujus will say, no, Gujarati is a sweeter language. Punjabi will start Bhangra. More than in what language you talk, what is important is what you talk. Therefore, here the teacher says that when we are walking the spiritual path, what is the importance we are given to? So first is Anusandhana Rahitya. We take up this thing and then every day that Brahman, nothing is happening. Then we are not catching the meaning. Anusandhana means what? Anu means continuous. Sandhi means joint. Like the Sandhivar, the joint disease. Sandhivar. So Anusandhana, continuous unbroken experience. Rahitya. Why? Because we mistake meditation or spiritual practice as a part-time profession. See? Our condition is like a man who went to the doctor. Although Guru is the But different disciples get a different meaning. So, one patient went to the doctor and told, Dr. Saab, I am putting too much of weight. What should I do? Don't ask me to control eating. I can't do that. Tell me some exercise. Okay, run every day 8 miles. And then tell me after 1 month. So he phoned after 1 month. He said, hey, how is your weight now? Weight is reduced, but another problem has come. What? I am 240 miles away from my house. What can you do with such people? See? So Guru tells the same thing, but how the disciple understands. See? In a village school, the teacher wanted to teach them air. So he was looking around and told, do you see that small hillock? Yes. There is a tree there? Yes. And the tree is moving? Yes. That because of which the tree is moving is the air. Understood? Yes. Now tell one by one. First student. What you understood? The hillock is the air. First student. Second student. The tree is the air. Third student. The movement of the tree is the air. Teacher told the same thing, but what we catch. That is what is called as, there are 4 types of students. Uttam Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, Adham Adhikari and Adhama Adham. Uttam Adhikaris are those who catch in one go. They don't need repetition. Uttam Adhikari. Like, some children, they are able to ride the bike when they are small in no time. They don't require the additional wheels. They just ride. Uttam Adhikari. The second is Madhyam Adhikari. They have to do practice again and again, 2-3 times fall and then. Third one, they can never learn. And Adhamadam, they always misunderstand. See, like many times it happens. One day after my lecture somewhere, one lady came and told, Amini, did my husband come and tell you something about me? I said, I don't know you, nor I know your husband, nor I care. No, but what you told today is exactly what was going on in our house tonight. See, we are not here to know the truth, but we get lost in non-essentials. Therefore, Anusandhana Rahitya, hold on to the truth 24/7. It is not part-time profession. Now the question comes, how can it be done? Simple techniques. Number 1, stop reacting. Number 2, write off your rights. We have no right on anybody in this world. No rights, 0 rights. See, there was one girl and she was supposed to come with me to Uganda many years before. So I told her, I said, hey, get your passport made. So there was one gentleman, he said, Swamiji, I will help her. I said, okay, hey, hang around him, he'll get your passport. Those days it was a big deal, now it is not a big deal. So she went to him. He said, no, I am busy, come tomorrow. 3, 4, 5 times. Then he said, see, this is not the only job, I have to do so many things, I'll call you, okay? So she got disgusted and came to me. Swamiji, that man is so bad, look here, he told before you, people when we talk to you, they are different. When they talk to us, they are different. You don't know, they are very bad. Wow. I said, first of all, cool. We are here for what? spiritual practice. Every experience of our life is a spiritual examination. Number one. Number two, what right we have on anybody in this world? We have no right even on our own body. We have no right on our own mind. The mind doesn't listen to us. Then how to live? Right of your rights. And third important thing, like we come here to this beautiful institution, Integral Yoga. Now what right we have got here? No right. But if we come here and start complaining about everything, then better get up. The day we learn this principle, we have no right on anything or anybody in this world. You will be at peace. Right means what? Exercising expectations. Parents show their rights on the children by way of expectation. And in this manner, when we slowly learn the art of accepting the things as they are, we are practicing meditation. Then anusandhana rahitya will not happen. Then you are all the time in tune with that. And if you are in tune with the divine, you can never be miserable. You will be always happy. Second thing is tamaha. Tama is indolence. Tama is unable to understand anything. Dull-wittedness. It happens sometimes. You must also experience. Sometimes we are so tired to read the same thing 3 times. Nothing goes in there. I don't know what they are written here. One of my books, that Amma who was doing the editing, she did it. It was Vijnana Bhairava, I still remember. I don't know where is that Amma now. So she came. She said, Swamiji, I had done, but this particular paragraph seems to be meaningless. I said, okay, we'll remove it. He said, no, you read first. Then I read that paragraph. Swamiji, it has got a tremendous meaning. I said, just now you said it is meaningless. I don't know why did I say like that. It is so important. Then I told her, you must have read it when you were tired, exhausted. You wanted to complete it and come. Simple rule. Every one of us have got a limit. If you cross that limit, stop. But we force. Neither we can understand, nor we get benefited. Tamaha. Therefore, don't make spiritual practice as a military drill. Sometimes when you sit for meditation, it is not necessary what you did yesterday, what experience you had yesterday, it will be today. It will not be. No meditation is ever repeated. Repetition is not the creed of meditation. Repetition is done only that which is finite and action oriented. Like chanting the Lord's name is talking is action. So Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You can repeat it. It is finite. But infinite cannot be repeated. See? But when we are unable to understand this thing, then comes the vikshepa. And what is vikshepa? Vikshepa is we start blaming others for our failures. Like morning time, many times people do meditation. And then in the bathroom, the tap is not properly closed. And below that, there is a plastic bucket. And his mummy is sitting for meditation. And the plastic bucket receives the musical note from the drop of the water. Tuck. Oh God, these children, they how many times tuck. They don't understand, mummy, tuck. In every tuck, our heartbeat goes up. Meditation. And after some time, it stops. Again another tuck. Pani gaya? Water has gone. Now how will I wash the clothes? See, do not have vikshe. To tell these principles, our stories are told in our scriptures. Vasishthaji was giving the satsanga, all the sadhus, Langoti Dhari came, and the king Janaka also was supposed to come. He was late. So, Vasishthaji said, let him come, then we'll start. So, all the Langoti Dhari sadhus, they see, because he is a king, he is respected. We are fakir, who respects us? The ego and arrogance of renunciation is more dangerous than the ego and arrogance of possessions. So, Bhagavan Vasishthaji saw. So, when Janakji came, he said, and by his yogic powers, he created an illusion of fire everywhere. And he said, look here, the whole area is in fire. Hey Janaka, go and take care of your palace. And all the sadhus, without even telling sorry we are going, ran to their own kutia to collect their lungi and whatever they had. And when they reached there was no fire. But when all this was happening, Janaka was sitting quiet in his own place. And when they came back, there was no fire. So, Janaka was asked, why didn't you go? He said, no, when I come here for satsanga is satsanga, that's it. Learn the art of remaining wherever you are, whatever you are, 100%, you are practicing samadhi. Samadhi is not a punishment for half an hour. See, wherever you are, be wholly present. Like here you are the Shrota, listener. Then remain Shrota, don't become Sota. This happens only because the one's mind is either dull-witted or excited or disturbed. Then Teja is the Tejas. See, these Panchadhatus which we have, Prithvi, Jala, Agni, Vayu and Akash, out of that, when Tejas overpowers, one goes to sleep according to Ayurveda. See? So Teja, sleepiness, Sveda, then perspiration, Shunyata, getting a fear. Oh God, everything is lost. What will happen to me now? One person asked me this question. Swamiji, I always get one fear whenever I sit for meditation, because they have seen all kinds of funny things on the TV. That one man was sitting for meditation and he started levitating, and there was clapping. And American Idol, America has got talents. And then he came down. After seeing that, he starts imagining, if I sit for meditation, if I start levitating, but suppose I am sitting outside, what will happen to me? Now imagine, Suru. So that person asked me, Swamiji, I always get this fear. Whenever I sit for meditation, how to remove this fear? I said, don't remove, you understand. Depending upon where you are sitting, the things will happen. Suppose you are sitting below a fan and sit and you levitate. You go up there. Realization. If you are directly below the tree, you will go and hang to the tree. If you are directly below the sky, you will get realized, you will never come back. This is how the mind is playing tricks, shunyata. And evam vigna bahulyam. In this manner, there are many obstacles. Then one comes alasya. Alasya is laziness. See? Laziness is the worst kind of enemy we all have. There are three enemies if we can conquer them. Alasya, nidra and pramad. Laziness, excessive sleep and ability to repeat our mistake efficiently day by day. That is called as pramad. The same thing we repeat again and again. See? Therefore, alasya, then alasya means what? There is no charm in life. See? Rasa, one is a rasik. Rasik means who enjoys. Music, he enjoys. Food, he enjoys. Walking, he enjoys. Rasik. In Gujarati, this is the name, Rasik Bhai. Others are arasik. Let us go for a movie. No, yeah, I will see you on the phone. Let us go for a walk. No, I will walk with my fingers. There is an app over here. So alasya, then bhogalalasam. This is the most difficult thing to get out. Meditation is never enjoyed. Meditation is not a bhog. Many of us have got that notion. Swamiji, that day's meditation was solid. Today's liquid. No. In meditation, you disappear. Dhyatru dhyane parityajya deyam eva avashishyate. When the meditator is dropped, there is no meditation. Then what remains is Paramatma. See? Therefore, bhogalarasam laya vikshepateja svedasya shunyata. In this manner, there are many eva vi vigna bahulyam tyajyam brahma visharadaihi. So those who are practicing this path of knowledge and yoga together, they should not get only at the body level or the experience level. Body level we understand, experience level is we want to repeat the same experience of meditation again and again. No. Sometimes we have this funny thing that I have seen light and I have heard the flute, but now it is not happening. So to get out of all this, there is only one thumb rule. And the thumb rule is, any experience which comes and goes is not the truth. Then you will not get lost in this. In this manner, after having told this, then in the concluding session tomorrow, we will see how should we practice meditation or yoga or according to the path of knowledge. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya